Hello, I'm Corporal Dave Jacobs with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Welcome to another exciting episode of On the Go with BCSO. We'd like to thank everyone who participated in the torch run for Special Olympics on April 23rd. We had an amazing time and we're so happy to see so many of your smiling faces join us that day. Many of you were not just along for the run, but stayed for the celebration event afterward at the Space Coast Stadium. Let's check it out.
This kind of support for Special Olympics athletes is happening all over Florida. Thousands of officers are coming out and supporting us and spreading the word about Special Olympics and making it possible for us to continue our mission to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition for children and adults with intellectual disabilities.
This year's torch run, we were joined by hundreds of runners and hundreds of Special Olympics athletes where we collectively raised thousands of dollars. If you want more information about the torch run, you can visit specialolympicsflorida.org. The newest members of our Corrections Canine team, who were recently donated to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office by the Jimmy Rice Foundation, finally have names. We've asked for submissions from members of the community and received more than 6,000 responses on Facebook from around the world. Let's check in with their handlers to see how the puppies are doing. Corporal Spencer and Corporal Lewis, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for bringing the puppies out to see us.
Thanks, Dave, for having us.
Thanks for having us, Dave.
So tell me, which puppy is which?
This is Justice.
And this here's Titan.
How old are they now?
They'll be 5 months here in a couple weeks.
So what's involved with training them?
Right now, we're just playing little games of hide and go seek with them. Basically, I'll have Corporal Lewis. He'll run out. He'll lay a track for me and go hide behind something and have a scent article.
Yeah, basically what we'll do is also, like Corporal Spencer said, we'll run out and the person that's going to go hide will leave little food trails and just track straight to us. And
how are they doing with their training?
Right now, they're doing great. Anything we can ask for the dogs right now, they're progressing really well.
Titan here is doing great. He's keeping his nose to the ground, progressing very, very well.
And how long until they're certified and ready for duty?
They'll be just over a year.
Oh, hi, Justice. Hi, Titan. Can you tell us about their personalities?
Well, Justice here, he likes to get into things a lot. I mean, he's running around biting things and really energetic. When it's time to work, he'll work. When it's time to lay around, he'll lay down and go to sleep.
Titan here's got a great personality. He's very energetic, very playful, loves to be around kids. But when it's time to work, he will put his nose to the ground and work. He's a blessing to be around.
Well, thanks, Corporal Spencer and Corporal Lewis. We'll check back with you in the future and see how the boys are progressing.
Thanks for having us, Dave. Anytime you want to visit.
Thanks, Dave.
Have you seen the new Animal Services mobile adoption trailer? They are certainly on the go. It's a great way to bring animals that need homes to special events so they can be adopted on site. Let's take a look. Animal Services will be out at special events with a crew of furry friends several times a week. The care centers are also open 7 days a week. So be sure to check out our great selection of pets. And as we always say, don't shop, adopt. We've also been on the go this year with Brevard's Law Ride. This was the 13th annual event and was held in memory of Deputy Dan Thrush. Proceeds from the event benefit Central Florida Cops, the American Police Hall of Fame and Museum, and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. Let's check it out.
Alan, we're here this morning or this afternoon now at the Brevard Law Ride 2015, an incredible event. I know we had just over 500 motorcycle riders that joined us today.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what the event's for and why we do it each year.
Well, the event was started by Jim Pierce and Jack Ferrante, who have passed on, but they were Motor 1 and Motor 2 of the original BCSO motor unit. They went to D.C. for the national ride and said, we can do this at home. It started out as a fundraiser for their trip, and they raised so much money, they went, well, we'll donate. And it's just grown from there. We're 501c3, obviously supported by all the local law enforcement, and we have a great year. Every year is just that much better.
Now, I know the money from the not-for-profit goes to the National Memorial, Law Enforcement Officer Memorial, goes for Central Florida Cops Kids, which is concerns of police survivors.
Right.
And this all goes for that. Tell me a little bit about your own personal experience. I know every year you put your heart, your soul, your passion into this and truly are the driving force behind it. So tell me a little bit about that. Why you do it?
I get a lot of credit for a lot of other people's work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I have the best volunteers in the world, not just this county, but in the world. They come out here every year and give their time. They don't ask for anything. I have to force some of them to take t-shirts. And they come out here, they do everything. It just comes together so flawlessly because of the talent of the people involved. They call me and ask me if they don't know what to do, I'll make a decision. Hopefully it's the best bad one. But I mean, you know, the credit goes to the crew and the motor unit. The escort team is second to none.
Yeah, you know, I noticed today, in fact, every year we've been in, we not only have our motor unit that does just a tremendous job throughout the county, but we have motor units from other counties and police agencies as well that all come to make this so successful. Osceola County, Volusia County, Indian River County, all of them come together.
Oh yeah, and the local PDs, the Kissimmee, St. Cloud, I know I'm going to forget people, Melbourne, the beaches. I mean, just everybody comes in and supports this. All the local chiefs are behind it.
Now,
and so I don't mess up, these guys here that do the cooking are second to none.
Yeah, I was going to get to them. Our Ag Marine unit and volunteers do all the cooking, and great barbecue, great salad, everything else for everybody. And it really brings the whole event together and ties it in at the end.
Well, as you well know, Gene Hope is a legend in this county. And if somebody's on the fence, I tell them Gene's doing the cooking, they come.
They're on their way.
They're on their way.
Now let me, before we finish up, this year was a special event for us. It was done in, the ride was in memory of Dan Thrush, Motor 3 from our motor unit, who we lost this past year in his battle to cancer. Tell me a little bit about that and what that means to you. Well,
when Sheriff Parker started his first term, he said, Alan, we will support this 110%. It has to be a family event, obviously, for obvious reasons. And we made the changes and went from a poker run to an escorted run. And Dan was in that very first group. This is the very first year we've missed Dan. Yeah. And our hearts are heavy. Kim was here.
Yeah, I saw Kim earlier. So.
And, you know, just what an amazing person. Yeah. And we can't thank her enough for sharing Dan with us.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Kim earlier, and she was just so appreciative. Well, I just want to, on behalf of our agency, the 1,500 proud men and women of our agency, I want to personally thank you and your team for everything you do, for putting this together every year. I know it's a lot of hard work, and I know you don't look upon it as work because you love it so much, but I greatly appreciate it, and we want to personally thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Because I couldn't do this without you and everybody else.
Like you said, I get credit for a lot of people's great work. So thank you on behalf of Brevard County Sheriff's Office. We greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hurricane season is almost upon us, and the Brevard County Sheriff's Office is shoring up our emergency plans to be ready to respond to whatever may be in store for us again this year. We ask that the citizens stay informed, as information is critical. Here are a few questions people often ask us this time of year. How will we be notified of mandatory evacuations? Well, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office works closely with Brevard County Emergency Management, which provides communication and coordination of emergency services before, during, and after all hurricanes. What should people do to keep the peace? Well, the best way to do this is by planning. Don't wait until the last minute to put your hurricane supplies together and get what you need packed in case you need to evacuate. We ask that all people understand that these situations present added traffic congestion and stress, so it's important that everyone keep an orderly and respectful demeanor. Where can people learn about different hurricane shelters in the county? Well, the Brevard County Emergency Management Center provides a detailed list of hurricane shelters to include what items to bring or not bring, along with the locations of pet-friendly shelters. The Brevard County Emergency Operations Center also offers citizens a wealth of knowledge to help prepare for a hurricane season. Please visit their website to learn what you can do better to be prepared for this hurricane season, as well as many other types of emergencies. We've all seen the power of storms in the past. We can't let a few seasons without a big storm in our neighborhood let us become lax. We have to take our preparation seriously. Make sure you have what you need to batten down the hatches and to secure your homes, and don't wait until people are scrambling for the last piece of plywood. Make sure you have your plans in place and that you aren't waiting until an evacuation order is called to decide if you are leaving town or going to a shelter. And remember, just because you are going to a shelter doesn't mean someone is going to take care of you. You need to have your own food, water, bedding, and toiletries. Information is key, so be prepared to pay attention to any advisories and you'll be safe this hurricane season. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'd love to hear from you, so if you have any ideas, suggestions, or questions, please send us an email at onthego@bcso.us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time we are On the Go with BCSO.